What's up, guys?
Guys, I'm Ashita.
And I'm Jade, and we're Superposition Fremont's chapter leads.
In this month's video series, we will be hosting a Q&A interviews with various STEM-oriented clubs from different high schools in Fremont.
In today's video, we'll be interviewing club leaders from American High School, which also happens to be the high school that both Ashita and I attend. So on today's agenda, we'll be interviewing the club leads of American High School Science Olympiad Team, Girls Who Code Club, VEX and FTC Robotics teams, AI Club, Graphic Design Club, and Math Club. As you guys all know, AI is a very big field now. And because of that, we decided to interview ANAGHA, the president of American High School's AI Club. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So hi, my name is ANAGHA. I'm founder and co-president of AI at American High School. So AI's goal is to teach high schoolers about AI and ML and kind of have them start with computer science and artificial intelligence early on so they can become computer science leaders in their community and focus on learning computer science and learning how to make impact with it.
Dude, that sounds really cool. So how do you guys do that? And what are you planning on doing this year?
So our plans for this year are we're going to try to focus on community-centric projects. So that doesn't necessarily have to be like making an AI that like helps with the corona epidemic. It could just be as simple as like streamlining AI resources for communities so they don't necessarily need teachers there to teach them, and it could be a comprehensive guide to teach them, and that's worked well even within the club before, where we have lessons that don't need somebody standing in front of them teaching them. You could just read the article or whatever it is and perform a lab pertaining to a concept and understand it. So that's kind of what we're planning on working on this coming year.
Wow. Well, that sounds like a lot, and I would assume that running such a big club with such complicated topics is probably really difficult. So how do you overcome the fear of being judged as a leader?
So I really like this question because it's not talked about enough. I think being a leader of any kind is like a process. Nobody can really teach you how to be a good leader, so you need to understand that you're going to make mistakes and people are going to criticize you. And I think the biggest lesson I learned is to put the people first. Meeting like whoever your members or audience are. So for example, for AI, my AI members are my people. So as long as you're doing whatever is in the best interest of them, I don't think you can go wrong. And take criticism positively, even if it's mean. If they say you're a bad teacher or whatever, maybe there's something to take from that, right? Like maybe that's like maybe whatever teaching techniques you're using aren't working, so you can try to switch that up. And also, biggest lesson ever is you don't need to be the smartest person in the room to be the leader. Your job as a leader isn't to be like the best coder or best artist or whatever it is. Your job is to organize the group and identify individuals who are strong coders or strong leaders or whatever, and kind of streamline their efforts to better help the club and themselves.
That's great advice. Honestly, I could use some of that advice too. Okay, so I think your club is definitely super interesting, and students at American are really fortunate to be able to join your club.
Thank you.
But are there any opportunities for people outside of American to join?
So right now, it is a club, like an AHS club, right? It is for American High students, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. You can contact me. I think that would be the easiest way to get involved with our club. And especially because things are virtual right now, you could definitely attend meetings or take part in resource development, or even have some of the resources that we've already created with me and the AI officers for the last 2 years. So yeah.
Okay, so that sounds really cool. And you mentioned that the best way to get involved in AI Club is to contact you. So how would we be able to do that?
So I could just list my social media platforms. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. I don't recommend Snapchat, but you can snap me too. So my username is ANAGHA with 4 A's at the end .b on Instagram, and my email is anagha.balaji30@gmail.com. So you can do whatever you want and contact me. Or you can join the HSAI Facebook page as well. It's just HSAI.
All right, sounds very good. And I think our viewers will appreciate that little bit of information. Now, do you have any final announcements or just last words in general for our viewers?
Don't be scared to take initiative. Again, just going back to that, you don't need to be the best coder in the room or whatever. I think leaders never come into whatever leadership position they're in with like a lot of experience. So you're coming into whatever it is to learn. So don't necessarily feel like you're underqualified for anything. This doesn't even just have to be with like AI or computer science, just anything, you want to do. So yeah, I guess that's my ending note.
Yeah, those were some very nice words of wisdom. Thank you so much for taking the time to get interviewed. We greatly appreciate it. And
thank you for having me.
Today, I'm here with Graphic Design's president, Dhruv. How are you doing, Dhruv?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So, expand for me what graphic design is and what you guys do.
Well, the club is based on teaching and having fun with graphic design. We hold like events, workshops, fundraisers, and more just to spread the knowledge we have of graphic design. We're really open to any ideas of any of the members. And this year we're for sure have like t-shirt designing contests and maybe even paint one of the walls in American with a mural.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, I was wondering if your club is doing anything actively or plan on doing anything to alleviate the COVID-19 situation.
Well, due to the nature of our club mainly being in like an area where people can learn, raising fund is probably out of our league. But we're all personally supporting local businesses, and I urge others who watch this interview to do so as well. We've held a workshop for graphic design on how to make personalized custom fonts. And I got multiple personal messages based on trying to learn more. So I'm looking into different things to teach virtually.
So, this is more of a personal question. How did you overcome the fear of being judged as a club leader?
Well, throughout my life, even though like I'm still a child, I regurgitated the concept of learning new things and teaching these things to pass on knowledge. So I've been taught from people, and I understand what the learners are looking for in a leader. And I'm pretty sure I could embody that role in the club. Additionally, our club is a safe space for anyone willing to talk and learn. So no one's going to be judged negative, like in a negative way. So we're all students of different kinds.
Yes, thank you for the insightful information. What are some characteristics that you look for in potential club officers?
Well, the best way to become officer and the only way is to apply. If you don't apply, you're never going to become a club officer. And the best way to become president is to go up the chain of command. And I took that seriously as a freshman. So I applied as a freshman and I got selected for underclassmen representative. Even though I wasn't the most skilled at graphic design, I showed the will to learn and creativity, which is what I'm going to look for as well when we go through officer applications.
Wow, that was really insightful. So let's go on to the opportunities that you guys have for the people in our community. Do you offer any classes or any other opportunities for people that are not going to our school or any even middle schoolers?
Well, when we have our virtual workshops, we're going to make sure that they're not limited to only students from American. Anyone will be able to come. And I'm like kind of trying to emphasize that this is like a safe space. The club is completely a safe space and everyone is welcome. If you take away like one thing from the interview, that should be it. It's anyone is welcome.
Okay, nice to know that you guys are open to other people from outside. So let's move on to how to contact such a wonderful club.
Well, we have a Facebook group where all the announcements are going to be posted. And you can message me on Messenger or Instagram if you want specific details or have any questions.
Any announcements you would like to make?
So the pins that we designed last year will go on sale later in the year if anyone's like worried about them. And for all incoming freshmen, since we'll probably not have a club rush or it will be virtual, don't be shy towards any of the clubs that you'll see in these interviews. We all want new members and we urge you guys to ask questions to us, and because we all just want to welcome you guys in. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dhruv, for joining us today, joining Superposition Fremont today. And I definitely enjoyed chatting with you.
Thank you.
So let's get started. Today, I'm here with Math Club's president, Saniya. How are you doing, Saniya?
I'm good.
So would you like to expand for me what Math Club is and what you guys do?
So Math Club, we're basically just people who like math doing math together. It's a nice community. We want to get people to see the beauty in math. It's not always that easy to find. And we just want to get together, do math. We also try to provide as many math-related opportunities that we can, like CMC competitions and other competitions, events, stuff like that.
So school is about to start soon. So would you like to expand for me about Math Club's plans for next year? Because you mentioned competition. How is that going to happen?
Yeah, so competitions, since they're mostly run by outside, we'll be coordinating with them. I know that if you've heard of Math League, they've been doing online competitions. They did about 2 of those in like the last couple of months of the school year. They'll be doing that again next year. We're not sure what's going to happen for the AMC. I'm sure a lot of people are worried about the AMC again, but that is way in the future. So maybe things get cleared up by then. We don't know. As for Math Club, we'll still be holding weekly practice sessions. We did Discord. We might do Zoom. We still have quarterly events. We'll be doing those. Those are basically when we do some activities based on some theme once per quarter. And those are always pretty fun. So we'll be doing pretty much everything we're normally doing.
So it's good to know that Math Club will be there for who are interested. And how is your club dealing with the COVID-19 situation? Are you guys planning to meet online? So you mentioned that. And like conducting events in club too?
Yeah. So we'll be doing things online. As a club, we're not directly helping with COVID, but I do know a lot of our members and officers have started things and they're donating, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, when school gets started, we'll be doing things online for sure. Just try to deal with it. Yeah.
So I had a personal question for you. How did you overcome the fear of being judged as a club leader?
Yeah, I think the most important thing that's most scary about being a club leader is all these like responsibilities. And because of that, the most important thing is having this good team behind you. We have a pretty good team of officers, and it's like delegating tasks and making sure everyone's responsible and making sure you work together as a team. That really helps with like the pressure that comes with being a leader. What's also important is constantly asking your members what they want to see and making sure you put in the effort to get that there. And yeah, it's important to be active, always be available for questions, for ideas, also be telling people what's going on. Just be there as a leader.
Yes, so you mentioned club leader positions. So what are some specific characteristics or general characteristics that you would look for in potential club officers? Are there any prerequisites to being a Math Club officer, like being proficient at math?
So for officers, we just want people who are responsible, someone who will do what they need to do and more. People who take initiative. You don't have to be good at math, you just have to be interested in it, want to learn, just be excited for it. And yeah, someone who's a team player, because a lot of what we do in Math Club is as a team.
Yes, that was really insightful, actually. So I was wondering if there are any opportunities that Math Club provides for people in our community, for instance, middle schoolers or people from other high schoolers?
So we actually just this year started coaching a math counts team for Thornton. So if you're a middle schooler who's going to Thornton, who's already in Thornton, then do look out for that. We'll be, sending out applications sometime in October. If you're not in high school yet, or even if you are about to be in high school or are in high school, then join our Facebook group, American High Math Club, because that's where we post updates. You can get involved. And we do collaborate with other schools, other high schools. Like we have these guts rounds, which is kind of like a math competition thing that we do with other schools near us. We do it with Mission and some other ones. So yeah.
That is actually pretty cool. And would you like to provide some contact information so people who are definitely interested in Math Club can contact you?
Yeah, so American High Math Club on Facebook, that's pretty much where we're always at. Post updates of what's going on. So that's very important. And you can contact me if you have my name and on Messenger and or any other officers. They're always available. Those are, yeah.
All right, alrighty. So all the information and contact for Math Club would be put in the description below. And would you like to provide any final words, opportunities for our viewers?
Well, you pretty much have it all. Do join Math Club. We do fun things. Even if you don't totally love math, we can try and get you to love math. Or we do puzzles. Puzzles are always super fun. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Saniya, for joining me today. And I definitely enjoyed chatting with you.
Me too. Thank you.